Hello everyone, I have a 2007 Honda Accord V6 and it's starting to get cold out here in the south. In one of the cold mornings when I started the car, the power steering pump was just growling, was making a loud noises, and I thought, you know, this pump is going out, that's $500 to $700 work. I was like, oh my god, what do I do now? So did some little bit of research and found out that I don't need to change the power steering pump. Really what I need to do is replace very inexpensive seal on the return line of the power steering, and apparently that is a very easy job to do. I've not done it before, so this is what I'm going to do today to replace that seal on the return line. Now when I say the power steering pump was really making loud noises, I want to show you that. I'm going to start the car and you can hear that it just growled. This almost feels like before the power steering pump goes out. So anyway, let's do it, and then we'll just replace the seal on the return line. So just started the car, and I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a fairly loud noise coming from the power steering right now, and it gets louder when I turn the steering, and when the car warms up it's just fine. So the problem is that there's a TSB that Honda issued that said that there's the seal on the return line for the power steering fluid on the power steering pump is bad and needs to be replaced. So this is what we're going to do. I don't know if you can hear the sound. It's pretty loud. Alright, so let's get to work. Okay. So the power steering pump on this 6-cylinder Accord 2007, I mean, that is right here, this guy's power steering pump, and the return line of the power steering pump is this one. And what's going on is the seal in here is leaking, seal actually over here is leaking air, and that's where the sound is coming from. And one other thing you can also check is you're gonna see bubbles inside your power steering fluid reservoir. So what we are going to do today is take out this return line from the power steering pump and then replace the seal on it. The seal itself is very inexpensive. It costs maybe $1, like 89 cents at a Honda dealer. You know, maybe somewhere else it may cost a little bit more. And to remove this line, there is a little bolt that you see right here. If I can get a good angle on it, this guy here, this one. Once the screw is loose, you can pull the line from the pump and then replace the seal. Here are the tools and items that you need to do the job. Basically, you know, the seal, the rubber seal. I got this from Honda. As you can see, it's about 82 cents I paid for it. Overall total with tax, 89 cents. Now they had a bulk seals, so it was a little bit cheaper. If you buy it in an individual package that has a Honda thing on top, I think it's about $3 or $2, so still very inexpensive. And you will need this number 10 wrench to open the screw, and you need a rag to put underneath the line, the return lines, because when we're going to remove it from the power steering pump, the fluid is going to drip, and we don't want the fluid to be going, you know. So now that the rag is under the line that we are going to open, we are going to go and start to untighten or loosen, and start to loosen the bolt right here. So I'll do that with the one hand. After it's loose enough now, and I can save this here. This is all plastic, so I'm just going to easily pull this. Okay. So you see a little bit of the fluid dripping. The rubber seal itself, it did not stay on here, so the rubber seal is still Here I can see this black rubber seal you can see inside the pump, so I'll use something, maybe a paper clip or something, to pull this out here. Right. Awesome. So the new seal that Honda made, it's in red color, and that's how you know that you're getting the updated seal. And so let's put that seal on. Here's the seal that we are going to use, and instead of inserting that into the power steering pump here, we're going to put it on the return line that we have pulled away from the pump, and then insert the return line with the seal on into the power steering pump, so that it will seat nicely where it needs to go. I had the Honda fluid laying around, so I'm going to use this to put that on the seal. Sufficiently lubricated. So we're going to put this on here. I'm going to put the camera down for a minute so I can put the seal on this nozzle. Just put the seal on this return line nozzle, and we're going to put this thing back in the pump. Easy. Okay, nice. And take the screw and put it back here. Okay, righty-tighty, good. Now this front end of the return line is all plastic, so we're not going to tighten it too much, just enough so it stays in its place. Alright, off the rag. Do a little cleanup. And righty-tighty, so again, not going to tighten too much because it's all plastic. Plastic going into aluminum. Good, I think that's enough. Alright, just firmly in place. And that's there all to it. The real test is going to be early morning tomorrow when I start the car. And I'll see if it makes that growling noise again. I just started the car, and there's no more noise. It's just the engine humming along, so which is great. Yeah. Let me see if I can turn the steering, if I can hear anything. Nope. Not at all. So no sound. The growling sound, the whistling growling sound that was coming in as if something was loose, that has gone away.